Western game, unfortunate came down the way it did, but I thought we competed in the second half. We came from 16 points down in the third quarter and took the lead, and we just needed one more stop, and they made one more play. And, it seems like with this team, it's a learning experience with every game, every possession, and that was a learning experience for us, and we've got to be able to, listen to the whistle and listen for the horn and finish out plays. But, they came back and competed, and hopefully we take a little bit of that, how we played in the second half, and we can play 4 quarters like that coming up this weekend.
Yeah, and then speaking of this weekend, starting that second time through schedule, you started out at home against a couple of teams that you lost narrowly to the first time around in Regis and UCCS. What can you say about them?
Both teams are really good. They both have strengths. Regis is probably playing as well as anybody right now in our league, and they've got great offensive players. They're strong, they're physical, they're great on defense, they challenge everything. So we got our hands full with them. We've got to play a really good game against them. And then UCCS, the first time we played them, strong, physical. I thought they did a great job rebounding, and they have the best offensive rebounder in the RMAC, and she probably has more offensive rebounds than a lot of teams do. She's just that good and has a nose for the ball, and so we've really got to show up. We've got to be strong and physical and hold our own and not be able to give them so many second opportunities.
Olivia, for you, both Monica and you, really doing a good job rebounding all year long. The second time through, how important do you feel that that maybe you can be on the glass starting this weekend with Regis and UCCS?
Yeah, both of the teams are really good rebounding teams, especially in their posts. So just staying locked in is a must if we want to get a win. So just staying locked in and every possession and blocking out and just pursuing the ball and competing for it every time, I think, is important. So.
And then Monica, for you, being the vet on the team down the stretch here 1 month to go before postseason starts, what's one thing that you think this team needs to get better at heading down the stretch?
Rebounding. That's what killed us the last game we played them. So I think just getting better, just not just us getting it, but as a collectively, the team doing it, and we'll be good at it.
Questions?
I say Coach says, it's a learning experience every night. I'm guessing you guys are kind of tired of learning so much, but everything that you have kind of learned, how is it starting to come together and you can see the end result is there? It's just a matter of getting all those little lessons, everything on the same night?
Yeah, I think we've obviously learned a lot this year, and we still need to keep learning, and it's right there. We just need to take it, I think, so.
I feel like we can learn and win at the same time. Yeah. And that's one of those things where we don't have to lose to say, hey, we're deficient here and we're deficient there. We can see that in practice. We can see it in game film and, adjust. A lot of the times you got to adjust in the game, and the scouting report changes in the game. And so, that's what I hope we can do here down the stretch is, just make those tiny adjustments and see how, man, this girl's really on fire today, or they're really hurting us in the post, or they're taking us off the dribble, and then we can adjust accordingly and not give them such high percentage shots.
I say, Monica, as like everybody said, you're the veteran, but you're also you're getting more and more aggressive. It looks like as the season goes on, trying to take more on offensively, defensively. The rebounding. It looks like you're really working to kind of help Olivia out and give you guys one more option there. What has kind of changed for you this season as you kind of go through it?
I'm just looking to be more consistent. I just feel like some games I'm just kind of relying on Liv, and I kind of did that last year. I had Kelsey, so I just kind of let her go get it and just take off running. So I'm just trying to help Liv out down there and just get us some extra opportunities or just get us the ball so we can get down there and score. So I feel like when we run our sets, no one can really guard us if we run them correctly.
I'm saying, I don't know, Olivia, a couple of games, a couple of early fouls, and, sometimes they get called, sometimes they don't. It's one of those things that you never know, but obviously staying out of foul trouble, and you have after those first two. So
Yeah.
it's, early
Yeah.
on is the hard ones, I know, because nobody ever knows how they're going to call it.
Yeah, it's just I need to be more disciplined for sure, and just eliminate the stupid ones. I don't know how to put it in a better way, but there's always going to be some. But just eliminating the ones like that are 90 feet from the hoop, and just those ones where I shouldn't even think about it. So that's an area I need to grow in, and hopefully I can improve that this weekend.
Well, yeah, Coach, everybody on this team, is a perimeter threat, but you also have a bona fide post threat. So getting a balance of that looks like there are times when it's there, and then it's time where it's going to be guard heavy. And is that just kind of sometimes how it is, or is
Well,
there?
I mean, it changes. I think it changes from game to game, and there's times where we feel like we have an advantage in the post, and we really want to go in there and look for it, and we want to do that all the time. But different teams guard different ways, and we've got to be able to adjust to that. And sometimes that opens up the perimeter players a little bit more, depending on how our post players are guarded.
And the way you guys played against both teams this weekend early on, when this team really was struggling, does that kind of give you a little bit more confidence knowing, okay, we weren't playing great back then, we're playing better now, and now we understand, especially for the young players, you kind of understand the teams you're going to be playing down the stretch?
I feel like we have a more feel like of who's their best players and what they're going to do. So I think already playing those teams helps with a lot, especially for the younger kids.
Yeah, I think it at least gives me confidence in our team, just knowing that we have been kind of we didn't win the games obviously, but knowing that we didn't play our best basketball, but we were still right there, and just knowing that if we are able to put it all together, how good we can actually be. So it's just a matter of putting it all together for 4 quarters. So.
It's just that 4 quarters thing.
Yeah.
And that's the mark of of a team that still is adjusting to roles, I think, maybe, and trying to find that identity.
Yeah, we've been talking about that all year, and there's only a few more weekends left, so it's now or never really, and we've got to really step up this weekend, and we're in the top 9 right now, but we go and have a poor showing this weekend, and it could hurt us really bad.
All right, you guys, question of the week time. So we've got the Super Bowl coming up, which is the most watched sporting event of the year in the U.S. So we want to know from you guys, what is your all-time best sports experience as a fan? And then a Super Bowl pick if you have one.
Honestly, I don't even know who's in the Super Bowl this year. I know Rihanna's the halftime show.
I'm going for the Chiefs because Creed Humphrey is from where I'm from. He went to my high school, so I'm going for them.
I'm going for the Chiefs too. I like Andy Reid, and Patrick Mahomes. He's fun to watch, so I'm going for the Chiefs.
3-0.
I'll go for the other team.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cowboys. You're going
go
for
for
the
Jalen
Cowboys.
Hurts.
Any of you guys have a game that you went to even as a little kid that sticks out as a memory?
Of any sport?
I remember one game when my dad was coaching at Otero, and I remember they were playing their rivals, Lamar, and it was like a last second. There were like 3 seconds left, and they were on defense, and they were pressing, and you could run the baseline. And so they were having the opposite guy was taking the ball out, and he was running the baseline, and one of their players stood and took a charge, as he was following the guy running the baseline, if that makes sense. And then they got the ball back, and it was fun. I don't know.
Did they win?
I don't remember.
I can't remember it. You got me. Yeah,
Stumped, huh?
I'm stumped right now.
I mean, I went to a Thunder game, but they kind of suck, so it was all right. I haven't seen LeBron yet, so that's not.
Every Jazz game when Stockton and Malone played.
All right, thanks a lot, you guys.